In 1964, in the midst of the Cold War, only 38% of Americans were aware that the Soviet Union was not a member of the US-led NATO alliance. Later, in 1986, the majority could not identify Mikhail Gorbachev, the controversial new leader of the Soviet Union, by name. Much of the time, only a bare majority know which party has control of the Senate. Some 70% cannot name both of their states' senators, and the majority cannot name any congressional candidate in their district at the height of a campaign. A variety of conspiracy theories and other highly dubious misinformation is believed by large portions of the American public. Some 25% of non-Jewish believed that the Jews deserved at least a moderate amount or a great deal of blame for the financial crisis of 2008. Some 32% of self-identified Democrats and 18% of Republicans endorsed that view. A March 2010 Harris poll survey found that 25% of Americans agreed with the birther claim that President Barack Obama was not born in the United States and so is not eligible to be president. About 45% of self-described Republicans, 24% of independents, and 8% of Democrats endorsed birtherism. National studies find that only half of US adults know that the Earth rotates around the Sun once each year. 1 in 5 US adults say that the Sun rotates around the Earth, and 14% of US adults think that the Earth rotates around the Sun once each day. A comparative study with Britain in 1988 found that only 1/3 of British adults understood that the Earth rotates around the Sun once each year, but the relative performance of US adults in this comparison should provide little comfort. The level of adult understanding of the solar system shows little change over the last decade, a period in which the NSF and other federal agencies have invested billions of dollars in the improvement of science education and in the improvement of informal science education for adults. An October 2010 survey showed that 67% of Americans were unaware that the economy had grown during the previous year, with 61% wrongly believing that it had shrunk. A 2009 Gallup poll found that only 39% of Americans say they believe in the theory of evolution, with 25% rejecting evolution and 36% saying they have no opinion. In 1986, 4 years prior to the launch of the Hubble Space Telescope, Lightman and Miller asked a national sample of adults a series of questions about the universe and found a low level of basic astrophysical understanding. 55% of adults responded correctly to the question, "Would you say that the Sun is a planet, a star, or something else?" Only 24% of adults knew that the size of the universe is expanding. A 1997 CNN/Time poll found that 80% of Americans believe that the US government is hiding knowledge of the existence of extraterrestrial life and that 50% even believe that extraterrestrials have abducted humans.